it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio Kingpin.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go! 70, Indy!
Watch quick! Watch
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
50, plant.
Kill.
2.
On second down, here's Fournette. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one cap.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
For a rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now Leonard Fournette, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So third and long, here's Minshew. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Bridgewater now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. On the run, it's Fournette. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Fournette, a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Mike 28.
Let's go, D.
Check 15. Check 15. Christian, travel.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. On the carry, Thompson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. On 3rd down, Thompson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Doug Marrone has made the call. His guys are going for it.
Kill. Turn up. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On 4th down, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mark Barron. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Under 10. 10.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, a 22.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it second down and 12. We're scoreless after 1. On second and 12, Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. And this one is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Bridgewater into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fournette running right. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with Fournette. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 29, Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This is Fournette. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
No, no, no.
Fournette. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 33. Minshew sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Minshew, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Fournette running out of the gun. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he cut. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D, let's go.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. Bridgewater completes it to Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
On the set, 56. Mike's 56. Let's go.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first and 10, Bridgewater. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 right at the 40. Bridgewater. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Again, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Check in. Crunch time, defense. Go.
Now Fournette. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Switch. He's coming. We got double up.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Got his target, Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Josh Allen. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet.
It got his man. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark. His second touchdown of the game. His third on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around? And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From the 30 on second down, Minshew, that one complete. He finds Sharp. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A handoff, Fournette running left. .23 yards to pick up there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Alec Ogletree in on the stop. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It certainly wasn't one of the more conventional plays ever run, but it gained a first down, and he got the ball in the hands of a playmaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And down to the 27-yard line. A big pickup of 38. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Throwing, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater. They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll give him a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Let's go. 60 out low. 56. Hey, watch the slant. Check 43. 6 guard. Check 6.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Army.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. They put this one in the left-hand column. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
The tackle by Brian Burns.
Here comes the boom.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
60 or. Nice
6-6. Pull it high. 3rd down.
6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-6. 6-
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Fournette, a first down, still going. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This fielded at the 2. A big off.